right, so welcome back to English. This week we are going to be learning about the main idea and how we find the main idea of a text or a piece of writing or a story. Okay, so what you need to keep in mind over this week is that the main idea of a piece of writing is what it is mostly about. Okay, so you're going to be looking for the thing that it is mostly about. So we're going to do a few practice things to see if you can guess what the main idea is. So in number one, bats are mammals. They are not birds. Bats have fur and they are warm-blooded like other mammals. They are the only mammals that can fly. Okay, so is the main idea that bats can fly? Is the main idea that bats are mammals, or is the main idea that bats have fur? So what is this little piece of writing mostly about? Okay, so get your answer in your head. And if you guessed that it was bats are mammals, you are correct. Okay, so bats are mammals, that is the main idea, and it actually says that bats are mammals. And it says that they're the only mammals that can fly and that they're warm-blooded like mammals. Okay, so there's lots of information and details that support the idea that bats are mammals. So let's look at number two. Pam went to the circus. She had so much fun. Pam liked the clowns best. She would love to be a clown. Pam likes to make people laugh. Okay, so what is the main idea? Is it that the circus has many animals, that clowns are funny, or that Pam likes clowns? All right, so hopefully you have that in your head. So it's definitely not A, because it doesn't say anything about how the circus has many animals. Okay, so the second one is B, which is clowns are funny. Now, it also doesn't say that clowns are funny anywhere. But for C, it does say that Pam likes clowns, okay? So she would love to be a clown. She liked the clowns the best. So the main idea in number two is that Pam likes clowns. Number three, dogs are good pets. Many dogs like to play with toys. Dogs can also do tricks. They like to go for walks. You can take a dog to a park. So, is the main idea that people do not like dogs, that dogs make good pets, or that dogs like the park? And hopefully you guessed that it is that dogs make good pets, okay? So it doesn't say anywhere that people do not like dogs, so that's not related to what this is saying. And it says that you can take a dog to the park and that they like to go for walks, but it doesn't say that dogs like the park, okay? So it's talking about dogs making good pets. Number four, Sam will have a birthday party soon. His friends will come to the party. They will eat cake. They will play outside. It will be fun. So, is the main idea A, Sam will have a birthday party, B, they will open presents, or C, Sam will eat cake? What is the story mostly about? And hopefully you guessed A, about Sam having a birthday party, okay? It doesn't mention presents, and it says that they will eat cake, but is the story actually about them eating the cake, or is it about the birthday party? And you're right, it's about the birthday party. Okay, we're gonna do a few more. Jen loves lions. There are 3 of them at the zoo. She loves to go visit them. Jen waves at them when she sees them. She really loves the lions. So is it A, the main idea, Jen really loves lions, B, the zoo has 3 lions, or C, Jen likes the zoo? And the main idea is A, Jen really loves lions. Number 6, Jack went to a farm to see the animals. Jack liked the cows, pigs, and horses. He liked riding on the tractor. He would like to live on a farm. So is the main idea that the farm has cows, that Jack liked the farm, or Jack works on the farm? And hopefully you've picked B, because Jack likes the farm, okay? And 7, bears like to eat honey. They look for honey in trees. They climb the trees to find honey. They love honey because it is sweet. Bears love to find honey. So the main idea is that bears climb trees, honey is sweet, bears like honey. And hopefully you have guessed C because it is bears like honey. And number 8, Anne likes to eat apples. She likes to help her mom pick out apples at the store and likes red apples the best. She also loves apple pie. It is the main idea that Anne goes to the store, that Anne likes apples, or that Anne makes a pie. And hopefully you have picked B, which is that Anne likes apples. So, sometimes we have main ideas, but we also have some sentences that don't belong with our main idea. So I'm going to read you these two pieces, and you're going to figure out what is the sentence that doesn't belong. So what doesn't go with what you think the main idea is in both of these pieces, and then we'll see if you're right. So in the first one, women's gymnastics is a very popular sport to watch during the Olympics. The girls compete on 4 different events: uneven bars, balance beam, vault, and floor. Men's gymnastics has 6 different events. While the women's floor routine is to music, the uneven bars, balance beam, and vault are not to music. That's number 1. Number 2, many different shapes are considered quadrilaterals. A quadrilateral is any shape that has 4 sides. A quadrangle is any shape that has 4 angles. Squares, rectangles, rhombi, and trapezoids are some examples of quadrilaterals. Pentagons, hexagons, and octagons are not considered quadrilaterals because they do not have 4 sides. So we need to look and see what is number 1 and 2. So hopefully you have in your head the 2 sentences, the 1 sentence from number 1 that doesn't belong, and the sentence from number 2 that doesn't belong. So the sentence for number 1 was that men's gymnastics has 6 different events. So although this one, your writing, talked about women's gymnastics, and it talks about gymnastics, it's talking about women's gymnastics. That's the main idea. So when it threw in men's gymnastics, that's great information, and yes, it's about gymnastics, but we're not talking about men's gymnastics in the first paragraph. We're talking about women's gymnastics. And for the second one, a quadrangle is any shape that has 4 angles, is the odd sentence out, so it doesn't fit, okay? And although that we are talking about shapes, the main idea for the second paragraph is that we're talking about quadrilaterals. And a quadrilateral is any shape that has 4 sides. When we talked about quadrangle, that's not related to quadrilateral, okay? So it doesn't help with the main idea. So 2 more. Violins and violas are very similar. Both of them are string instruments that you might find in an orchestra. You could also find a cello in an orchestra. Violins and violas both have 4 strings that you play by using a bow or by plucking. Also, they are both played by being held between the shoulder and chin. So what is the sentence that doesn't belong in number 3? What's the odd one out? And number 4, miniature Dachshunds are wonderful to have as pets. They are very playful and loving. Since they do not shed very much, they do not leave their hair everywhere and are very easy to clean up after. Golden retrievers also make wonderful pets. So what is the sentence that doesn't fit in number 4? Okay, and number 3. Now, the third one was mostly about violins and violas. So that means that the sentence that didn't fit was that you could also find a cello in an orchestra. Because we're not talking about orchestra instruments, we're talking about violins and violas. And in number 4, okay, we are talking about miniature Dachshunds. And the sentence that doesn't fit is that golden retrievers also make wonderful pets. Because it's not talking about wonderful pets, it's talking about one type of dog, okay? So, your job today is to write all of these words. You're going to sort them into 3 different groups. So here's your page that you can use. I will send you this so you can print it off if you want. Otherwise, you can just put it into your home learning journals or just on a piece of paper. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the words that are on this page, okay? So let's say pineapple, and you're going to write them in one column. So if you're doing this on a piece of paper, you need to draw 3 columns, nicer than what I have, and you are going to try to come up with a title for each group, okay? So maybe we have pineapple in the first one, okay, and obviously you're going to make it look much nicer than mine. And then maybe I'm going to have referee in the second one. Okay. And then maybe eyelash, because I feel like pineapple, referee, and eyelash, none of those go together. Okay. So you're just going to try to put all of the different words together, and then you are going to try to come up with a title or the main idea for each group of words. Okay. So that is your job for today. You have today and tomorrow to work on it. Make sure that you take a picture of it and send it to me on Class Dojo, and then on Tuesday you will get another video talking to you a little bit more about main idea. So remember, you can either print this out and cut out the words and stick them, okay, putting them together by how they go together. So pineapple could go with plum maybe, okay, and then all you're doing is either writing them or sticking them in the columns that they belong in, okay, and that's it. So that is your Tuesday, and I will see you back here for English on Tuesday.